Alright, so here is the ScrawlBox. It came in the mail in this really tiny little package, and it had this little tango candy in it, and it had this little sticker that I put in one of my journals. It's really cute. So the next item that I had in the box was these 3 style file markers. So these are pretty similar to the Copic markers if you've ever heard of those, which you probably have because they're pretty popular. And the colors that I got were Mint Green Lights, Cool Gray 7, and Cool Gray 2. So I think these colors go really well together, so I was lucky on that. But these markers are similar to the Copics, where they have the brush nib on one end, and then on the other end they have the chisel tip. And these are also alcohol based, so they're pretty similar to those, just more of like a different brand. So the next item is a Stabilo all-surface pencil. So it's a white pencil that can apparently write on any surface, which I think is actually a really cool idea. I have no idea how that works, but I think it's cool. So, alright, the next item is the Cretacolor Monolith pencil. So it's just a solid cylinder of graphite that has a thin layer of plastic around it, which makes it really lightweight and really easy to make just really quick strokes. Alright, the final items in our box were the Zig Cartoonist Mangaka 05, which is just a fine liner with smudge-proof ink, and then the Mangaka Flexible Marker Pen, which also has smudge-proof ink, but is a mix between a marker and a pen, depending on how much pressure you put on the flexible tip. The box also came with this little cheat sheet with little quick descriptions of each item, and then a challenge on the back for you to use all of the supplies for something to do with Stranger Worlds, which I will show later on. And then also this really cool piece of art from a featured artist that has some of the materials in it and how they use it, and then some pieces of paper to test it on. So first I am testing the style file markers. These are the ones that are really similar to the Copics, and I don't know if you guys have ever used Copics, but I have some experience with them. And these felt really similar to them, and I haven't checked on the pricing on these, but I'm assuming they're cheaper than Copics. And they felt really similar. I didn't feel like they could blend as easily as Copics can, but I only have 3 colors, so it's hard to test that. But I did really like the colors that I got, and I liked how they went together. And I think that the colors are really vibrant in this brand, which is similar to Copics. So I thought that they were pretty solid Copic alternatives. Next I am testing the fine liners. The first one is the 05 Mangaka one. And this felt pretty similar to most other fine liners that I've used. And I know you can't really see what I'm writing because my hand's in the way, but it's okay. Yeah, the fine liner was pretty similar, but I really did like the marker pen. I liked the different pressures that you could put on it, and I don't know if this brand is specifically good or not because I've never used a pen like that, but I really liked the tip and the kind of pressures you could put on it. I feel like it's a really good pen for people who maybe do calligraphy and you have the different kind of fonts and things like that. Next I'm testing the Monolith pencil. I really liked the weight on this pencil. I haven't really used a big variety of pencils, like I just use basic ones, but this was really easy to use. It was easy to shade and like go from darker to lighter, and it felt really natural in your hand. Like it was just a really good weight to use. So I again don't really know the prices on these, but if it's cheap, if you find it at your art store, definitely a good thing to buy to just have in your collection, because you know every artist needs a good pencil, and this is really a really good wide range of abilities to do with it. Alright, next we have the all-surface white pencil. So I don't really know what I'm going to use this pencil for, but I really love the concept of it, because though I may not be writing on a lot of like glass or wood or anything, I think that it has a lot of potential for creating really cool textures and stuff like that underneath other mediums. Like I was drawing on top of the fine liners and the marker, and it worked pretty well on the marker because I could do different designs and things like that on it and then go over it with more ink. But the fine liners was kind of iffy. but I'm really excited to see what else I can use these for. And then of course you can just always use them on the black paper. So it's also a good tool for highlights and other kinds of white you might need in your drawing. So I think it's a really cool tool to have. So far, I really like all of my new items, and I'm really excited to use them in the ScrawlBox challenge. So here you go.